YouTube, hello. Welcome back to Final Fantasy 16. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. This is day number 3, so we're going to see if Jill is still alive, and we've got some other fun stuff to get uncovered. If you're here and you're enjoying the series, make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe for more Final Fantasy 16. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you in a bit. Yeah. Got some S's on some of the arcade stuff. These two I haven't done yet. I want to wait until we, get super powerful, right? Once we get, super powerful, we'll go back to those and see how we do. I want to kind of gauge our power level. So the way that these work is our equipment is the same as when we went into that mission. So in this mission, I didn't have the storm sword that I just built. I had the bastard sword, right? And I was level whatever. And then in this one, I was level 13 with just the long sword, right? But I had the wind powers in this one. So I think that when we get more powers, because obviously at this point we know, right? We're going to get more powers. We just don't know which ones yet. So we already know that we're going to get more powers. So when we do get more powers, we can go back and do these ones and see if we have a little bit more, a better time with these. But I'm super, super interested to see how those end up going. But yeah. All right. Let's just run up straight up there. Let's go see if our girlfriend's alive.
Let's get this fixed before someone...
It's true then. It really is you.
It is.
Clive! You're alive.
So are you.
Good start.
I can't believe it. Are your wounds healed?
Yes. Talia told me what happened. You saved my life.
After nearly taking it, I had no idea. Forgive me, but
Smart.
how did you ever come to be there? Well, fighting for them.
The Iron Blood. They invaded not long after the news arrived about Phoenix Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Rosaria had lost her leaders. The Duchy was in chaos. The Iron Kingdom saw our weakness and pounced upon it.
Jill the Thrill.
They killed the men and captured the women.
And took you back to Ironhome.
I thought they meant to have their fun with me before the end. But the end never came. My powers awoke and everything changed.
Ooh.
It all happened so fast.
We were told that the Iron Blood had captured a dominant and planned to bring her on their latest crusade.
They gave me a choice. To fight for them on the battlefield or see my countrywomen slaughtered.
And they call us dominants.
What?
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm that bitch too.
What happened to Clive? What happened at Phoenix Gate?
It was me. I killed Joshua.
No, that's not true. I know you. You wouldn't do that.
It's the truth. I changed into him again, not long ago. The second icon of fire. The one responsible.
Clive.
When I think back to that night,
See, but who is that bitch from back then?
The hooded man, he spoke to me. What did he say? We have found you. What did he mean?
Clive, we should go back there, to Phoenix Gate.
That seems like a bad call.
I need to know what really happened. And so do you. You need to know for certain.
What do you have?
If what you told me is true, and you did what you said you did, then we will face it together.
Jill,
Girlfriend!
All right.
You'll be needing a change of clothes, then. Out you go, your lordship. We wouldn't want you getting overexcited.
It's fair. That's fair. See you later.
Sorry.
I thought she was talking to me. I was just like,
See you soon, then,
I could use a different outfit.
I should be ready too. We've a long journey ahead of us.
Yeah, well, I saw some side quest signs, so
Let's get this fixed before some
we will not be going to the red one. Whee!
Isn't the Moogle funny?
They even have a Moogle. I've never seen one in the flesh.
Oh my god, he can understand it.
I'm sure it said in my father's bestiary that they live deep in the forest, and that they never reveal themselves to humans.
Nectar the Bold.
Nectar, you say? Clive. So it would seem. That sounds painful.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna pass out more food.
Ah, Clive. I trust you're settling in?
Gradually getting used to the place.
I'm glad to hear it. I was hoping you might be persuaded to come to my aid once.
Do you have another chest?
Your services will be rewarded, of course.
I don't doubt it. Seems to be the way around here.
We strive to be better than those we once served. Now, as to the task itself, I am once again in need of a pair of hands to deliver sustenance to our esteemed companions.
I can do that.
I have 3 meals for 3 industrious souls. What say you?
I can do that. Let's do it.
I'd be happy to help.
Marvelous. The 3 individuals you'll be seeking out are busying themselves about the hideaway.
Got
You'll
it.
find one by the entrance, another in the bunks, and the other guarding the cells. Thank you once again, Clive.
The world's in danger. Deliver this soup. Yep. Yep.
just don't have enough teams to follow every lead.
Here you go. Have some food.
Ooh, something smells good. For me, I hope.
It is. Courtesy of Kenneth.
It's true.
Oh, my thanks. These birds are needy creatures. They don't like me running after the fat chocobo behind their backs.
They must keep you busy.
Ah, there's never a moment's rest. Probably. for
Whatever
the best
happened to
I am
Clive's
reeking
chocobo?
of the staples as I do.
Whatever happened to the Lord guy, too?
And who
Is he
has time
dead?
to wash and dress for dinner when they've got little darlings like these to wait upon, eh? Anyway,
Ooh, the wind's getting pretty
thanks for
bad.
the food, and be sure to give Kenneth my regards.
What you got?
I see I'm busy here.
What do you want?
Gaia Blade? This is immediately better than the fucking purple sword I just made. Alright.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Not happy about it.
And?
Not happy about it at all. But, okay.
Back so soon? Fancied another kip in the cells, did you?
Not really, no.
They sent me. He thought you might be hungry.
He wasn't wrong. The way my gut's
Oh,
been
it's good.
growling, I'd have curls running scared.
Corals? Corals?
Our duty down here can't be much fun.
It's not. But sometimes folk need locking up, and someone has to watch over them. I help people sleep at night, and that's not a boast many can make. You keep yourself on the right side of these bars now, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Enjoy your food. Oh, that sword looks pretty cool. I did like the way that the Stormcry looked, though. This just looks like they took a sword and gave it an outline, but it's fine, I guess.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for some wild mickenberries.
Can I help you?
Kenneth sent me.
Have a hearty meal. The hearty meal this time is simply a sustaining dish of boiled eggs and spelt bread, lovingly assembled by the Hideaway's resident mealsmith. So this time it's not soup.
Ah, wonderful. Do you hear that? Our food has arrived. Does your appetite still elude you?
Is he sick?
I'm afraid so. Those no longer in need of a Physica's immediate ministrations are sent here for further rest. I tend to those who cannot tend to themselves, which leaves me very little time for anything else.
Lots of nice people here.
Happily, Kenneth sees that I stay fed. I would be lost without the kindness of good people like him and yourself. Thank you.
I think that's everyone. I better let Kenneth know.
I will let Kenneth know, but there's a side quest right here, so hold on one second, Kenneth.
You, newcomer, I need help.
Okay.
What's the matter?
It's my assistant. She left to gather soil, and I've seen nothing of her since. I cannot concentrate one whit for please.
Where is she?
Right, I'll go.
Marvelous. Thank.
Whereabouts is she?
Gotan's Bales. It's on the outskirts of Lostwing.
Got it.
Not the safest place for an unaccompanied bearer, perhaps, but the soil there is second to none. Now go, and do not linger. Why, it may already be too late.
Got it. Whoop up. Ooh. Any more quests here? Those are the only ones? Excellent. Alright, let's go give our friend Kenneth the news that his soup has been, or his hearty meals have been delivered.
Ah, you're back. All done? Wonderful. Here, your reward, as promised.
The hideaway's quite something. Everyone has their place.
A fact we are
Ooh,
proud of, believe
Storm's
me.
here.
I'm glad you've witnessed it for yourself. You have your place too, of course, as you have just so capably proven, and you will always have a place with us, should you desire it.
Thanks, Ken.
It's kind of you to say so.
It is the truth, and not a soul among us would deny it. I look forward to all that you will bring to our little community.
Pog. 20 experience, 100 ability points for that. What the hell? And a go bug. Thanks, bud. All right, let's head over and do this other side quest. This is Lost One, right? No. that's Lost Wing. There's another side quest here? On the outskirts of Lost Wing, he said. So this is the right place. Is it a top tier experience? Yeah. Maybe in a video game. A big fucking place. Look at all these areas we haven't gone to yet. Interesting. Means we're gonna come back here at some point. All right, let's run up there and see if she's still alive. Seeming bad so far.
Someone's in trouble.
Oh dear, that's a big bug.
It's over. Stay down.
Nice.
It's over.
Got him. Look, she's alive.
Are you hurt?
It really
It would
is.
have been
It's
worse
so
if you hadn't
fun.
come along. Wait, I've seen you around the hideaway. You're new, aren't you?
I am.
Clive.
And I'm Martel. But what are you doing here?
Hi,
Looking
Martel.
for you. This is no place for a bearer on her own.
I noticed that. But this soil's not going to collect itself.
Then what if I gathered it for you? You could head back to the hideaway. Just exactly what sort of dirt is it that you need?
Soil, not
What I
dirt.
need
There's a
is
difference.
soil.
Thank you.
But I'd be a fool to refuse your help after what just happened.
Uncultured
It's
swine.
the good stuff you're looking for. Dark, rich, fragrant. You'll know it when you find it.
Dark, rich, and fragrant. Right. Well, you should hurry back. Bohemil seemed worried enough that he might come looking for you himself.
That seems unlikely, but I won't argue with you. Thanks.
You're welcome. Enjoy your walk back. I'll find your dirt.
Soil, then. There's certainly enough of it here. But is it dark, rich, and fragrant?
Boop. And boop.
That should be enough. I better get it back to the hideaway.
I mean, hell, she could have just waited, to be honest. Didn't take very long. It's so nice to be able to, like, shake my legs and not have the camera move. Mm-hmm. I don't think it bothered too many people, but, like, it bothered me. That's what matters. That's what matters. It's so warm in here. The Moogle moved. Moogle.
There you are. And all safe and sound.
Looks at person.
Well,
Yes.
yes, she's standing right there.
Thank you, Clive.
Not the girl. The soil.
Did you bring it?
Yes. Here.
I kind of don't want to give it to you, to be honest with you. I hope it's the wrong stuff.
Glorious! When Martel came home empty-handed, I almost had a fit. But with this, my research can continue. First and foremost come the measurements. I must know how much ether each sample contains. From there...
Wait, see, you were never...
Worried about me? Sorry to disappoint you, but the only thing he worries about is his research.
But that's...
Fucked up.
There's
I'll
all
say it.
right. It's just how he is.
That's not an
And if
acceptable
it wasn't
response
for
to
him,
that.
We wouldn't be growing anything in these ruins. It's a small price to pay.
Nope, don't care.
Although you shouldn't have to pay it too. Did he even offer you anything for helping? Ugh. Here. I know it's not much, but it's something, at least.
And she gives me the reward instead of him?
I wish I could offer you some fruit too, but you're not likely to thank me if I do. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick.
Excellent. We got 18 experience and all kinds of materials. We'll take that. Thank you. Moogle, what do you got to say? Not a yummy. Nope. Not gonna say that out loud. Not gonna do it. Can't make me.
What do you want?
To say farewell. We're leaving.
Good decision. Better that than buried out there in the black. You've got a lot to thank that girl for, you know.
I know. And I will.
Now, what do you really want? We both know you don't come here for conversation.
Maybe I do. I kind of like you, even though I don't like you. Oh, right. This expensive as hell thing. I'm going to buy it just because it feels like I should.
Can't find a better price than that. Off you go, then.
I should probably say thank you to Gav, too.
And then I guess I should probably learn that ability. Jump back and deliver a punishing counter. Can be used in midair. Wheel. I think I'm gonna change the wicked wheel off. It just doesn't seem like it does quite as much in terms of like. Yeah, I mean it does great for the stagger bar, but that's pretty much it. And this one gives me a counter attack, so I'm down for that. I'm down for that. No, okay. What up, Gav?
So your mind's made up, is it?
We'll be leaving for Rosaria as soon as we're able.
Back down memory lane, eh? Rosaria ain't what she used to be, Clive. Not since the Imperials moved in.
This game looks so good, dude. I can't help myself. Like,
rest and ask for the landlady. She's a friend of the cause. Tell her you're with Sid, and she'll help you out.
Understood.
Sweet.
Thank you, Gav.
Yeah.
I'd be lost without you.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job. No need to make such a fuss.
just trying to be friendly. Fuck. All right, fine. I'll be friendly with my dog.
Take care. All right. Oh, I'm crap at goodbyes. Where's Sid when you need him?
Give him my regards when he gets back.
I will.
Roof. That already. Let's
Sorry to
go.
keep you waiting.
He's got 3 rat tails. Yeah.
My lady.
Ready.
So we're leaving without the electric bolt guy. I just want to make sure that we're leaving him behind on this mission into enemy territory. And we're certain that this is a good call. 3 reads. Is there any active Time Lore? No. The music, dude.
Rosaria. It's been 13 years.
But this breeze, the smell of the grass, it's just as I remember it.
You haven't been back either.
I couldn't. Bran did keep a close watch on each other in the Imperial Army. You get beheaded just for knowing a deserter. The only way out was on a mission.
I see.
Both had it pretty hard.
But mostly I was afraid. Afraid to go back.
I know.
But I'm here now.
Yay! Trauma bonding! Woo!
Thanks to you.
Alright, just don't do like the jump in his arms motorboat thing. I was not ready for that. Or at least give me a warning. Like, if that's where this is heading.
Press on.
Homecoming. Hey, you don't know what people have in bed.
The hill must be Martha's Rest.
You never know. Side quest in the middle of the forest? I'm in. I'm going there first.
The landlady's a friend.
But can we say the same for her patrons?
Imperials don't tend to take well to those of my mark.
Can I jump down? Yeah!
I'm a branded soldier, sworn to protect my noble mistress.
I don't know what you are, but you look unfriendly, so I'm gonna shoot you with fireball. Big horn! Whoop! Fight me, nerd. Damn. Boy, it sure is cool to have Shiva on our side, huh? Okay. Guy's HP bar is massive, by the way. We did it. Okay. I was heading this way. Ah! That was over here? That one little item? And an ambush. I cannot wait to see how this combat opens up, because like this is just the beginning. Oh, I was gonna go fight the other one, but Jill already killed it. I love this game. Yup. Doesn't suck.
They never finished building the bridge then.
Chocobos.
So what happened at Phoenix
Okay.
Gate? It didn't seem the highest priority.
We will go there. But I get the feeling we will not have to come back this way, so I'm gonna go back this way. The hell are those? Are you friend or foe? Friend or foe? Foe! Okay, so it was mean. Oh, this is a trap.
Wake wins. It's over.
Boy, having electricity would sure be cool. That didn't cut that thing in half? Okay. Sure. Missed? Oh, sorry, Jill. That was my bad.
It's over.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I guess we'll see how it ends. There's absolutely going to be a side quest fight in here. There's no way they made an area this big that's just empty. I don't buy it. I do not buy it.
Oi. Here, you couldn't give me an hand, could you? Typical. A bloody bearer. Just when I thought my luck had changed. Still, better a crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I suppose. Though it pains me to use another man's branded. Here, you understand me, don't you? I need your help.
Smack him.
These blasted birds must have caught a whiff of my cargo, and now they've got me surrounded. It's very late as it was. I've got something special needs delivering before the rest, but I dare not leave my cart untended. You couldn't run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you? Needs to get there quick, mind.
Fine.
That's the spirit. All right. Here. You hand that to the stable master and no one else. I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. Be off with you then, and don't go taking any detours on the way.
Ah! Get out of the way, Chocobo. You know, part of me wants to just open it.
Now fall like all the rest. Stay down.
So freaking cool. It's ridiculous. You're not a friend. I remember. Oh. I remember. Oh. I remember. There we go. I can already see the people in the comment section just be like, why are you killing all defenseless antelope? Listen, they drop loot. I have to. I don't have a choice. Legally bound. Whee! Listen, sometimes it's fun to just shoot fireballs. Oh, that's a big bitch. Fight me. Whoop. Yeah, that that counterattack move is very fun.
Wake wins.
How come she gets to do all that fucking fun stuff? Thought I dodged that, but okay. Down you get. That was sick. Dude. That's sick, man. It's so cool. My goodness. Wow. All right, let's check this corner over here, see if they hid anything in the corner. There is a treasure chest. Excuse me. Whoop. All right. Moving right along. I should be able to walk straight there, right? Yep. Like, just the combination of the music and, like... it's just so relaxing, man. Like...
Here we are. Martha's Rest.
I know I'm supposed to go up there, but there's a shiny thing over here, so... And I am a glutton for punishment. What up, fellas?
It's over.
Those plants come out. Hello. Right? Well, and feel cool at a pace. You know what I mean? Like, you started off where like you had to learn, and as you learn, you kind of like start to get stronger. And as he started to believe in himself, his power increased. That's right. Sick. Nothing here though? Aha! A chest. Alright. Now we can do the stupid side quest, I guess. I only took a detour because he told me not to. Ooh, a shiny thing. Big lightning.
That's one of our brand.
Are you the stable master? I was asked to deliver this to you.
Did y'all hear that?
This is for me, right enough. Not sure what some bearer's doing bringing it to me, though. Where's that fool of a peddler got to?
He couldn't come himself.
It was pretty loud.
His cart's surrounded by wild chocobos.
Huh. Sounds about right. He'll have it full of Gizal greens, no doubt.
Gizal?
Crammed with him, if I know him.
Wait.
Gizal greens.
Is that how you say that? Yeah, it is spelled that way, isn't it? Has it always been spelled like that? Or did they change it in this one? I've never heard him say it before. Oh my god, I feel so stupid. Gizal, yeah.
Chocobos go mad for them, don't they? And if you forget to seal the cart up tight, the smell gets out, and birds come running from miles away.
Gizal, yeah, like Gizal.
Don't get me wrong. They're a fine investment for a savvy merchant, especially around these parts. But you can't get greedy.
I always said Gishel.
Mutual friend is learning the hard way. Still, I got my wares, and that's all that matters.
I guess we'll find out in Final Fantasy VII.
My regards.
Because that's the first time they're an item, I think.
Good girl.
Yeah, thanks for the shit, I suppose. Oh, yeah, you're right. It wasn't in Final Fantasy 3. It was in other ones, too, because the Fat Chocobo. I forgot about that. Well, we can always check those. Yeah, I always said Mako, too. I didn't know it was Mako either.
Let's go and find out, shall we?
What? It says shop, but can I actually shop there?
How do?
It's all the same stuff, except for that. I can't afford it. It's expensive. And Final Fantasy X, yep.
It was good, honest work building that.
Or 11, not 10, sorry. 11.
Excuse me. Would you happen to be the landlady?
Depends who's asking, and why they have an Imperial bearer with them.
For protection, which hopefully won't be needed. If you can advise me on the safest route to the west.
It's your friend here I'd be worried about. Bearers don't have an easy time of it in Rosaria. Even a strapping lad like him might attract the wrong kind of attention.
I think I'll be okay.
And if he gets nabbed, it ain't likely to end well for you either.
Then we'll just have to stay out of the malicious way. Gav said he might be able to help us.
Follow me.
I thought we were supposed to name drop Sid.
Sorry for before. Can't be too wary of strangers asking questions in our game. I'm Martha, an old friend of Sid's.
Friend, huh?
He said he had high hopes for a bearer who joined recently. I expect that's you. So, where is it you're headed?
For Phoenix Gate. We have questions that need answering.
Is that so? Well, if you want to avoid the garrison, the road through Eastpool's your best bet. Or it would be, if the bridge hadn't collapsed.
I can jump across that.
Bloomin' nuisance it is. We've had no trade with the village for weeks. I did ask our carpenter to take a look at it. But he went out on another job. And he hasn't come back.
So I have to save the carpenter to rebuild the bridge.
Something might have happened to him.
Fingers crossed he's just taking his time. The alternative don't bear thinking about.
We'll find him. And make sure he's safe.
I suppose we're not pressed for time, are we?
We both need that bridge repaired. Your carpenter sounds like the man to do it.
I see why Sid's got such a soft spot for you. If you could, I'd be in your debt.
You said that he went out on a job?
Looks like the wind's calmed down a little
He went
bit.
down into the marshes to check on another bridge. The one by the Fallen Gate.
The marshes were dangerous at the best of times. We should hurry.
There's a ladder to the side of the gate. That's the quickest way down, if you've a head for heights. His name is Bernard. Should you
Bernard?
find him well, tell him
Not Bernard. It's Bernard.
He's wanted at the bridge to Eastpool.
All right. Go talk to Bernard.
To the marshes, then. Let's find that ladder.
Find Bernard. Oh, he's like right there? All right. Good dog.
Very good to Eastpool.
Here's the gate. And that must be the ladder.
Wee. Oh, I can just jump down? Sick. How did she get down before me?
I don't care what you...
Get away from me!
Gotta go.
What was that?
It came from under the bridge. Come on.
There he is.
Okay.
Wait! Stay down!
That song's gonna be stuck in my head for a while.
Thank you, my lady. You saved my life.
Not at all. You're Bernard the carpenter, yes?
I am. I didn't realize my name was known so widely.
It's
I'm
not.
a friend of Martha's. She asked us to come and find you.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. I just finished checking these piles when I turn around. I see a gang of slavering monsters looking to feast on my flesh. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd have been snipped into strips by now.
Mm-hmm.
We're just glad you're safe.
I best go and give my regards to the landlady then, eh?
Actually, she asked that if we found you, we should beg you make haste to repair the bridge to Eastpool.
Of course. I said I'd take a look at it, but it clean slipped my mind. I'll head up there straight away.
Thanks, bud. Or Bernard. Sorry.
The trusses are still sturdy. It's just a matter of replacing the stringers and relining the deck. I'll have it done in no time.
Thank you, Bernard. We were hoping to take the road to Eastpool ourselves. We're very grateful for your help. And sorry for asking this of you after what you've been through.
I owe you my life. Fixing a bridge is the least I can do.
At least he's got a reason.
My lady. And you too, son. You're with Sid, ain't ya? Me and him, we go way back. Not as far as Martha, mind, but far enough.
I see.
Well, I best get cracking then. You go and let Martha know I'm all right, and she'll have her bridge back soon enough.
Yes, sir.
We will.
Thank you, sir.
The bridge will be fixed when it's fixed, all right?
It's the music. It's just so relaxing.
You ain't pulled that sword from its scabbard.
Oops. Any side quests before I talk to her? Seems like no.
Ah, you're back. What happened? Did you find Bernard?
We did. He's fine, and he'll have the bridge to Eastpool repaired soon.
Well, thank the Founder for that.
It was lucky we found him when we did. The creatures out there are not to be trifled with.
It's the Blight's fault. They've nothing to eat in the north, so they come down here hunting for food. He can't keep going out alone. I'll have to arrange a guard for him. But anyway, thank you. I don't have a lot to offer in return, but you're welcome to rest here until the repairs are finished.
Thanks.
We'd be delighted.
$50 experience, 100 ability points. The ability points are coming in droves.
Can I get you a drink or anything while you wait? Flagon of Imperial Gold, perhaps? Tastes like swill, but it'll slake a thirst.
No, thank you. I prefer the truth about why there are so few bearers around here.
Yes. There were more of them when we were young. Far more.
Is this the Empire's doing? Have they been sent away?
They have, aye. Either either to the Legions or Oriflamme.
Oriflamme.
Seems the miners at Drake's Head are having a hard time keeping up with demand of late, so the bearers make up the shortfall. Time was they used to dole out crystals like sugar plums even down here in the provinces, but not anymore. Nowadays, they'll jump at any excuse to confiscate our bearers so they can be put to work elsewhere.
Oh no, they took your slaves?
I always knew the Empire.
Darn.
They're branded like shit, but after seeing it with my own eyes, well...
Ah, Thea! Congratulations on the new arrival. And you got the little laddie with you?
It was a bearer. The boy I carried for 9 long moons. A bloody bearer.
Oh, you poor thing. You gave it to the constables then?
Just left it at the garrison, I. Let them deal with it. Couldn't wait to be rid of the blasted thing. Been wanting it gone since the moment I found out.
Well,
damn.
It's all dealt with now. So no harm done, eh?
Mum, he weren't my brother, was he?
No. But you'll have one soon enough. You just have to be patient. All right?
All right.
That's fucked up. Hi, Lily. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend.
Bearers may have been looked down on back in Archduke Elwin's
Yeah,
day.
Understatement. I'm having so much fun. It is just amazing. It's amazing. I cannot wait to watch you play this. I'm so excited. Yeah. No worries. I completely understand. No worries. Bakutaku, welcome on in. Good to see you. I'm so excited to watch you play this, though. I'm so hyped. It's so good.
Now,
You're gonna love this.
So far, a beggar wouldn't spit on him.
Me too, Rose.
Since you're not drinking, do me a favor and take that to the Abbey. There's a darkness at the heart of this world, and I'd have you see it.
And we'll see it at an abbey.
Glademond Abbey, on the shore of Sorrowise Bay. The abbot there is a friend. Tell him Martha sent you, and he'll show you.
Listen, I opened up the case and the insert wasn't there, so I guess they don't want me to play it. I guess they don't want me to play it. There's no insert, Rose. I don't see it. It's gone. I thought they were gonna advertise it, but no, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't there. Jill the new Tifa. Ooh. So, yes and no. It's hard to explain. Yeah, so I don't have the overhead light on right now. I just have this little ring light on because it's hotter than shit in here. So it's just this little orange ring light here. And we actually got the cam link working until it freezes, and then I have to unplug it and plug it back in, but it's awful. It's awful. We actually have, there's storms going through here. We have a tornado watch until like 11.
It was good.
There was some thunder that got picked up on the mic. It was pretty good. Yeah, it's nice. I appreciate that. Where am I going? All the way over there. The long walk. Okay, so right? Yes.
Make sure you're aiming that at the fish there, son.
It does come with 3 cases, yes. And the insert might be in one of the other cases. I cannot confirm or deny.
I knew that children were tested, that a bearer's fate was decided at birth.
And assumed it was best for all concerned. I know. But for a child to be blamed.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
Its parents through no fault of its own.
I mean, just look
We
at
knew
this.
nothing of what it meant to be born that way, did we?
No.
I just... I love it. It's just so good. Oh my goodness. I forgot I got a taunt. Yes, so it did, and for what it's worth, it did look better, right? It looked smooth. It did. When I put it on HD, it looked like the camera was a little fuzzy and like the gameplay footage was a kind of fuzzy. It was still good, but it wasn't like crisp. It does look pretty clean. I'll be interested to hear what people think on YouTube, because it goes live in 5 minutes. But yeah, I think it looks significantly better than the VOD. But the VOD, every time the spell effects and stuff happens, it gets all pixelated and stuff. It's like meh. Yeah, let me know what you think. But either way, like if y'all want to like make content for this, it's still worth recording, even if you don't end up like rendering it in 4K, which I don't blame. I'm sorry, are we fighting a... No, this is not a chocobo, right? It really is, Baku, isn't it? Oh, really, Crash? That's odd. I haven't had that issue. I will say I played it on my 4K television instead of my monitors, and holy shit, it looks so much better. But this still looks good. Boy, it just makes you feel bad when you kill a chocobo, huh? I'm using a, it's a LG 4K, and I think it's a 144. It's 120 or 144, I can't remember. But when I first got that LG TV, my immediate thought was I had never seen color before. That was my first reaction. My first reaction to this current situation is I'm going the wrong way.
That's enough.
Oh, fun. I haven't been getting a lot of trophies, which makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. But I guess we'll find out. A lot of them are hidden, and I'm scared to unhide them. Let's see. That's where we're supposed to go. Grab this item first. Right. That's what I'm scared of, and I don't want to have to get into that.
What darkness awaits us within, I wonder.
Let's go and see.
Spooter! Too many spooters. Yep. Agreed. 100% agreed. It's not going anywhere. Nothing. Oh, that was a little butterfly. I thought that was a hand icon, like I missed a chest or something. Up. Up, up. There's something satisfying about stepping on a spider and then just dropping a fucking hellfire sword on it. What do you mean? I still pet the dog. I just did the other day. I got a trophy for petting the dog. Oh, after the first time? God, I think we pet him 3 or 4 times before we kept going. So it wasn't too bad. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Excuse me.
Good day to you. I'm afraid the Abbey is not open for public prayer. May Griga go with you?
We came to offer a donation. From Martha.
I see. Then please, follow me.
Ominous.
I don't want to die. Please, Father. Help me for the pain. I beg you. The light, it fades. I don't want to die alone.
Jesus.
It's all right. I'm here.
Who are these people?
Martha's bearers. She entrusted them to my care, that I might ease their suffering. To the extent that I can, for the time they have left.
Rye, welcome on in.
The curse has taken them. All of them.
As it does every bearer forced to use their gift. With each draw on the ether, their bodies petrify, till all that remains is stone and pain, and so they are cast aside.
They're just telling us this now?
Nothing either Martha or I can do to change that. But we can at least strive to make their final hours a little more bearable. Have faith, my son, for you shall rise again and find the happiness denied you in this life. Thank you, Father.
Damn.
I must offer you my own thanks for the medicine you so kindly brought. Now their final moments may be moments of peace. When next you see Martha, pray tell her that 2 more have succumbed.
Damn. So I guess that's the question though, right? Is it just a oh, I wonder if I could have found out.
We should get back to Mother.
The price bearers and dominants pay for channeling ether through their bodies, the gradual petrification of their flesh. It does not affect those who use a crystal to cast magics. Beginning with a stiffness and ache in the extremities, as the curse progresses, limbs are rendered immobile and the pain unbearable. At last, the victim turns completely to stone and their body crumbles to dust. There is no known cure. Yeah, us too, apparently. Wow. Wow. That's kind of nuts.
Yes, we should.
That's dark. So that means that they're using their powers knowing that they're, like, actively killing themselves. Ooh, which means Sid coughing up blood is probably bad.
Thank you for bringing us the physic. Would that we were not so reliant on Martha's kindness.
Mm-hmm.
Fear we would have naught to soothe these bearers' woes without it. Save a prayer to a god that is not their own.
I like that they turned the music off here too to like add to the gravity of it. Just like some ambient noises in the background. Yep. Oh, I see that. I see that. Thank you. Oh dear. Everything's fine. It's gonna be okay. Wait. Hubba. That's how I feel. Okay. Everything's fine. There we go. Thanks for letting me know, Larry. I appreciate it. Oop. I wish that was a faster way for movement. And up we get. Is everybody magically in the elevator, just like Mass Effect? Let's go. Remember when we played RE4 and we had to wait for the people to get into the I am talking, traitor?
Make sure you're aiming that at the fish there, son.
What was I saying? Remember in RE4 when you had to wait for people to get in the elevator? Game of the year. Oh, hey, stuff. The following cheatery will be repaid with a swift boot to the arse. Mucking, stacking, packing, peeking, palming, foisting, and fingering. No. Undressing greens of Geisel. Geisel? Geisel? Geisel. Geisel? Diesel. Never down raw, lest bitter juices inspire violent retching and loose bowels. Avoid the fry pan, lest foul stink taint the iron, rendering it none better than slag. And by no means put to stew, lest the vapors overexcite stabled bulls. If suffer the fodder one must, first mix with 9 parts drakesmith, 6 smarts lemon peel, or 3 parts ginger root, and soak in honeyed wine for a quarter moon to lessen the malodor. Malodor? Malodor.
Ah, you're back. Thanks for taking care of that.
The abbot had a message for you. 2 more have succumbed.
I see. Come upstairs. So, now you know, eh?
I've seen plenty of bearers die on the battlefield. But never like that.
And all because they were born different. The powers that be can't take away their gift, so they strip them of their humanity instead. Oh, there's plenty who pity a bearer's plight. But so long as we're content to sit around, weeping for those on whose broken backs we're carried, we ain't gonna change nothing.
And so you lend Sid your strength.
What little of it I have. Use profits from this place to buy the poor buggers.
So when the abbot told us the bearers were yours...
Aye, they're my property, at least by law. Any still fit to work fetch a price beyond my means. All I can do is care for those who are past mending.
Damn.
But it's not all doom and gloom. Bernard's finished fixing that bridge for you. You can carry on to Eastpool now.
Oh boy.
Questions that need answering, ain't you? Well, I wish you luck.
Thank you, Martha.
Oh, I almost forgot. Sid and I have other friends in Rosaria. Wear this and they'll know you for one of us.
Another seal. Let's go.
And know that you will always be welcome here.
Pog.
You were right, Sid. It really is them. Lord Rosfield and Lady Warwick have come back to us. And long may they stay.
She remembers us. Ruh-roh. If she remembers us, I mean, who else does, you know? 2 go bugs, let's go.
Proper trades.
Oh, this is gonna end badly. Sid?
Sid.
Your
hand.
I did, aye. With 1,000 little lightning bolts. Can't fling them around the way I used to. Think of it as my decoration for long service and exemplary misconduct.
Exemplary misconduct.
But you didn't come here to compare war wounds.
We didn't.
Thank you, Sid. For everything.
If you want to leave, that's your lookout. I'm sure you'll have a long and happy life together if you stay out of my way.
Sid!
I knew a girl, back in the day. She was a slave to her fate, just like you. I wanted to save her. For a while, I even thought I could. But just because you think something doesn't make it true.
Sid.
Wouldn't happen to be the girl that I murdered, would it?
I'm no savior. Just a conceited old fool. I talk about people forging their own futures. But instead of handing them the hammer, I beat them with my own. And if no bugger wants to listen to what you've got to say, you might as well keep your gob shut. But Clive, I will say this. You're not a monster. You're the same man you've always been. Accept that, and you may yet escape your fate.
My fate?
Look, lad, you've had a hard life. And I don't see it getting much easier.
I don't either, to be honest with you.
You might not be able to save anyone else. But at the very least, you can save yourself.
I'll try.
This sounds like a goodbye, and I don't like this.
Jill. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk, but I trust you'll take good care of the boy.
Yes, I will.
Is that the last of it?
Aye.
We'd best head back then. Wouldn't want to keep Nan waiting.
Bye, Goots.
Then.
All right, bye, Sid. I knew it wasn't going to be good. Side quest. Turn around.
Bridge to East Pool's men.
I have to fight. Can't talk now, Oh, you're Clive, aren't you? Martha told me all about you. Word is you're a devil with that blade.
You look like you're in a hurry. Where are you going?
Not far, I hope. But I dare not waste a moment. It might cost a man his life.
Aren't you wasting a moment right now?
Serious. What happened?
Not so much what happened as what might. They've discovered he's a bearer, see? And now, one of his erstwhile friends and neighbors wants to see him clapped in chains.
Where is this bearer?
He wasn't fool enough to wait for the Imperials to arrive. Poor sod took to the road, left his whole life behind. But they'll be after him before long. I need to find him and get him to safety, fast. Here, if you've the time and the inclination, I could do with a hand. Will you help me find him?
Absolutely, I'll help you.
Of course. We bearers have to look out for each other.
Thank you, Clive. With your help, we might catch up with him yet. His name's Norris. We need to find him and get him to Martha before the Imperials sniff him out.
You found him yet? You won't catch a bastard standing around clucking like old hens. That fucking snake played me false, acted like he was one of us, and the whole time he was one of them. We need him caught and handed over to the Imperials. Hanging's too good for him.
Damn.
Well, go on then. If he gets away, I'll see you fitted for a noose.
All right, Ronald. We were just leaving. Look, this one's here to help. I was just filling him in.
Ha! Send a bearer to catch a bearer, is it? Not bloody likely. That's it. I'll find the bastard myself.
Get the feeling this guy's going to get hit by my sword.
It's dangerous out there. We wouldn't want you to come to any harm.
You want something done right, you don't send a bearer.
Clive, this might take a while. You start hunting our man, and I'll be along once I put Ronald's mind at ease. Someone said they saw Norris heading for the Fallen Gate. Maybe you could ask if anyone over that way knows anything.
I can do
You
that.
have to find him. Don't let him slip through our grasp.
Prioritizing.
I better find this Norris before Ronald takes matters into his own hands. Bearers are hardly difficult to spot. What did he mean about being played false, I wonder?
What do you need, fish boy?
Here, you're that bearer who works for Martha, aren't you? Can you give me a hand? Curse my luck. I dropped my crystal off a cliff into the bloody swamp like an utter fool. Now, I've not got your knack, see, and I need that shard to chill my fish if I'm to take him to market. But it's just a short climb down. I'll make it worth your while.
I can't promise anything.
Well, just promise you'll look. Ah, there may be one thing I failed to mention about the crystal. A creature might have already claimed it.
Claimed it?
All right, eaten it, but only might have, you understand. There were a lot of bog crabs down there. Nasty buggers, them.
Sounds like I need to break a few shells.
Bastard.
Oh, don't worry, there weren't too many of them. A veritable walk in the marsh, as they say. The ladders.
Walk in the
right
marsh,
there.
okay. Sure. Asshat. Let me talk to this guy first.
You don't know a man called Norris, do you?
I do, as it happens. He ran off that way not too long back. Looked like he was in a right hurry.
And he had a lantern with him for some reason. Never known him to stay out after dark.
He was making for the marshes then. All right. Thank you.
All right, now we know where he's at.
Company.
Now I just need to jump off this cliff. I just need to jump off this. Okay. Was she? No? Unless she was earlier and I missed it. Alright. Hi, bog crab.
Crabs eating crystal. That should be interesting.
You already know they're going to, right? How come she gets a shield?
This must be it. No point spending any more time down here than I have to.
Yeah, I'll go back up there in a sec. Yeah. You know, I get a funny feeling that they'll get it figured out.
He can't have got far. I better keep my eyes peeled.
Definitely this way. That's not good.
A lantern. The one Norris was carrying, no doubt. At least I know which way he went.
Oh no, success. Damn it.
Someone made sure work of them. I wonder if that someone was Norris. Norris, I presume.
Leave me be.
You were never branded. So that's how you stayed hidden.
Ronald sent you after me, did he? Set an Imperial dog on his best friend. And when we were so close. I'll never forget the hatred in his eyes. But it doesn't matter now. I will not become a slave. As one bearer to another, please. Don't do this. You know how they treat our kind.
Ronald didn't send me.
Yeah, it seems like it's calmed down.
His men did. He wanted to make sure you were safe.
I don't understand.
Martha takes in bearers. She's a friend. You can trust her. Believe me.
I never knew.
So are you saying that good-looking people can't fight in wars, Breeze?
She has a kind heart. Kinder than most.
Just wait here and stay out of sight. We'll be among friends soon enough.
Thank you. There's few would have been so kind.
Oh, I forgot to make a thumbnail for that video.
You're no Imperial dog. Far from it.
I've been called worse. Oh.
Damn.
I found a lantern back there. I assume it's yours.
Thanks. I dropped it when those creatures attacked me. But if I'm honest, I wasn't all that sorry to be rid of it. Ron gave it to me.
Toss it in the river.
I'll keep hold of it. I might be able to use it to put an end to the Imperial surge before it begins. Better without a brand.
Yeah, it's fair.
Lived free for so many years. Only to be betrayed by a friend.
Alright, let's head back up. Jesus, that's dark. Oh, you know, just playing some Final Fantasy 16. Vibing out, having a good time, hanging out with friends. How's your weekend been, Harley? Oh, this game is dark.
Well, any luck?
Yours, I presume.
You found it! Oh, thank you!
You're welcome. My reward, please.
Any longer out in the sun and my catch would have made for poor eating indeed.
Be more careful next time.
Oh, I will, I promise. No point casting my nets of a morning if I'm without a crystal to see the catch to town. There was a time.
Just gotta get yourself a fun game to play. You got that retro store nearby.
Can't now, though, not for love nor money. Crystals are scarce, and the Empire tightens its purse strings more every day. Lose this little.
There's a lot of Western European accents in this game.
To begging.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we.
There you are, Clive. How goes the search?
Well branded. Have you found the bastard yet?
Only what was left of him. A corpse, torn apart by monsters. And this.
Let me see that. No. It can't be.
Shall we consider that the end of the matter, then? Or do you need to see a body?
No. I mean, I've no use for bearer bones. He's dead. Let that be an end to it. Only wish those whose job it was had done what they were supposed to do and spotted him sooner. Letting a bearer go about without a brand? It's not right, I tell you. Who'll want anything to do with me now, eh? There goes the bearer lover, they'll say. I'll be a laughing stock.
Yeah. So sorry for you.
Is it true, Clive? Is Norris really...
He's alive. You'll find him in a hut in the marshes. He's expecting you.
Nice.
Oh, you crafty. Still, you did the right thing. Thank you. It's not much considering, but please, take this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just feels like they're all around the same, like, area, right? So that's the fun part here, is because there's, like, different nations in this world. It just feels like the certain accents are from certain places. You know what I mean? Which is really cool. It's really neat. They did a good job. Voice acting's been pretty strong. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, much to Breeze's point. Yeah, absolutely. It's been so much fun.
Martha said the blight.
Hope you're doing well, Hal. Good to see you.
Pushing yet more monsters. Down with it. I dare say we'll be seeing a few along the way.
Then we shall have to keep our wits about us.
Yeah, that's enough.
I am having a blast with this game. As someone that enjoys pretty much every single Final Fantasy game to some level, this has felt like a love letter, and it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely interested to see how it ends. Not that we're anywhere close to that point, but they've got me hooked. Yeah, for real. It's insane. Yeah, I feel awful for y'all over there, Breeze. I've got a couple of friends in Germany that are roasting right now too. Hey, that's good. Little breath of relief at least. Even if it's only temporary. That's awesome. Well. You know, I get the feeling it probably won't, Harley, so I don't want you to be set up for disappointment, but I want you to just understand that that might not happen, right? Right? We understand each other? I'm actually excited for these storms to blow through, though, because we might actually get some relief here as well. Because it's been humid as hell.
You there, over here.
What do you want, Frederick?
Excuse me, I'll use that blade. Curse my luck. I'm branded. No time to haggle with whoever holds your leash. Wait. That's the slumbering chocobo you're wearing.
It is.
Marfers, are you? Good. She won't begrudge me the use of you then. Well, there's wolves about. We tried dealing with them ourselves. Laid out bait, think we might swoop in and slaughter a lot. But we didn't expect the pack to be quite so bloody big.
I expect the blight drove them here. They must have fled their homes for greener pastures.
We'd hoped empty bellies might make them easy prey.
It's like 15 on steroids, Harley. It's like, it's very good. It's very, very good.
Do us a favor and get rid of them, will you?
Sure, I can do that.
All right. I suppose those wolves pose a threat to everyone.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I'd wager the greedy bastards are still over yonder, finishing off our bait. When you've seen to every last one of them, go and speak to my friend over the bridge. Bryce, his name is. He'll want to know if it's safe to come across. All right, off you go then.
You must be kidding!
Bye, welcome on in, and thank you so much for the gifted sub to D-Face. I appreciate it. And I apologize. We did start a little early today because there was some storms coming through.
Hungry, all right. Hungry and mean.
But, it seems like we're through the worst of it for now. We'll see if that stands, but... Tornado him away. That's fair. It's a good shout. We do have a tornado watch, though, so it seems like somebody else has control of Garuda.
Let him know the road's safe.
But, you know, could be wrong. What's down here? Hello? Uh-oh. Wait, both did? Did I schedule that on the wrong day? Whoops. Whoops. That's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I'm just dumb. It's done processing, so it's fine. Nope. It's the motorboat? Great. Excellent. Wonderful. Fantastic. Glad for me. Woohoo. Oh my god. I need to make thumbnails. Oh dear. I don't think YouTube's gonna be happy about that. Yeah, thankfully it seems like we've dodged most of it, Bigger Ultra here. Hopefully you get through safe too.
What's it to you, bearer? Your friend asked me to get rid of the wolves, so I got rid of the wolves.
You'd have me believe a single bearer slew the entire pack. Then again, if you didn't, you wouldn't be on this side of the bridge. Bugger me, you're a tough one, aren't you?
Oh, Frederick.
Really? Damn.
You wily bastard. I'd never thought to pit beast against beast like that. You served us well, bearer. Be sure to pass our thanks to your master.
Damn. Imagine you were royalty in this area before, and they're all treating you like this. Not to mention the fact that they're treating people like this to begin with. But like, damn.
Look, the windmills. That must be Eastpool.
Yeah, you know, it's almost worth it, isn't it? Aw. I should have known it would blow him away. Oh, the hell? I thought that was dead already. How do you do, friend? Is that some good grass? See, he tried. I didn't do a thing. He tried to hit me first. The disrespect. I was just trying to say hello.
I remember coming here with Lord Murdoch when
I knew someone would say something. Right, do you? Oh, come on in. Hey, it attacked me first. I didn't do anything. I was just standing next to it saying hello. I was just saying hello. Let me, whose side are you on? I'm about to take away your sword.
those arrows seemed a very different place back then.
Are you kidding? The fucking the black mage scarecrow. Come on. That's hilarious. Oh, I hope people saw this. That's so fucking funny. Oh my god, they made Vivi a scarecrow. That's hilarious, dude. That's so fucking funny. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Oh my god.
That's enough.
Nice. See if there's anything hiding back here. God, that was hilarious. 6 briar clam shells. And okay. Sit down. Okay. Man, this guy is relentless with his attacks. Holy shit. Too early on the dodge.
Not this time.
Back off, dude. Holy shit. Thanks for the dragon talent, I guess. Damn. All right, let's try to, where's the one that only gives attack plus 7? Let's do this to reduce the cooldown of that dodge attack, because that feels pretty good. We'll keep the defense one on, because the defense one is still pretty massive, right? That's like a 10% increase right now. It's closer to 8, but whatever. Still a pretty high percentage increase. All right, that was all the side quest. Yeah, I'm gonna throw one together here in a second. I just want to get to the next town. You know, it's not, but it is funny. This is so beautiful. I almost did it. I almost did it. Oh, God.
Quiet.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Right. Clickbait.
You're Clive Rossfield.
Uh-oh.
It's me, Hannah, Rodney Murdoch's wife.
Oh, it's a friend!
Lady Hannah.
Oh, I knew it was you. You haven't changed at all. The Lord Marquis and Jill too. It's so good to see you both again.
It's good to see you too, Lady Hannah.
How's old Rod doing?
If you have time, you simply must come back to the house. I haven't much to offer, but what is mine is yours.
We should be delighted.
This is too good to be true. I'm automatically suspicious.
And you have been wandering.
She's a pretty good character. Good morning, Cal, or good evening, Callis. Good morning, hello. Good evening, hope you're doing well.
Those iron blood brutes. But oh, to take to the road at such a tender age.
True. Good time zone.
It wasn't easy, but survived, and...
And now we're back. It's wonderful to see you safe and well, Lady Hannah.
That's true. Get the feeling she's going to be pretty popular.
Do you think you will stay here, in Eastpool? Rosalith still enjoys the Mother Crystal's blessing, does it not? You could always move.
This house holds a lot of memories for me. So long as I can live here in peace, here I shall stay.
Her hair is uncomfortably blonde to me.
The capital is closed to civilians, by order of the Duchess. Or should I say, Her Imperial Majesty. Annabella's marriage to the Emperor of Sambrec heralded a great many changes here.
Yes. Of course.
Oh, forgive me. I didn't mean to...
Please. There is nothing to forgive.
She hates my guts anyway.
Would my mother not make an exception for you and your husband?
Real quick. Wife of Rodney Murdoch, Lord Commander of the Rosarian Army. Since her marriage, she has resided in the Murdoch Manor in Eastpool. Lord Commander of the Rosarian Army, outranked only by his firm friend, Blah. Then a second shadowy icon of fire within whose flames Murdoch was engulfed, so it's assumed he's dead. Got it. Annabella Lesage, former Duchess of Rosaria, now Empress of the Holy Empire of Sambric. It was her ever purpose in life to preserve her phoenix-bearing bloodline, for which reason she betrayed her husband that she might enter in league with the force she pledged the mightier. Now she rules over Rosaria as Vicereine? I think that's how you say it. Of the Imperial Province, which she rules with cruelty and contempt for the baseborn that was unknown in Archduke Elwin's days. Damn. The Boiling Crusade. A surprise attack launched on the Iron Kingdom by the Iron Kingdom on the Duchy of Rosaria in the year 860. Rosaria was critically weakened at the time, having lost Archduke Elwin Rossfield and been plunged into chaos in the aftermath of the attack on Phoenix Gate. The Ironblood unleashed a wave of murderous destruction on the Rosarians and returned home with human spoils in the form of countless young women and children, Jill Warwick among them. A hamlet located in the eastern part of the Imperial Province of Rosaria. It was once surrounded by fertile farmland, but the southward creep of the Blight eventually drove out most of the inhabitants. Situated in the heart of the ducal capital of Rosalith, it was from this towering ivory fortress that the Archduke and his family once ruled their proud nation. A well-armed Sambrugua, that sounds right, garrison has been stationed here since 860, when the duchy was annexed by the Empire following the tragedy at Phoenix Gate and the subsequent invasion by the Iron Crusade.
Surely she would not refuse the Lord Commander.
You haven't heard, then. Rodney passed away on the night of the fire. He never returned from Phoenix Gate.
Vicereine. Got it.
I'm sorry.
Clive.
My poor child. You look pale. All this traveling must have taken its toll. I insist you rest. We can talk later.
You don't know that it was you, my dude. Yeah, traveling. Yikes. Yikes.
Are you sure you don't want to sleep inside?
I can't. Not after what I did.
Lady Hannah said she would prepare a change of clothes for you in the morning. She really has been very kind.
Sort of, maybe, kinda.
Killing. 13 years without the faintest glimmer of hope. It was only Joshua that kept me going. I swore that I would avenge his death. That I would kill his killer. That was the only thing that gave my life any meaning. But if it was me who killed Joshua and Murdoch and all the others...
Damn, dude.
Then why the hell am I still breathing?
For real.
I ask myself the same. When I fought, hundreds died. There were so many bodies, so many lives cut short in their prime. That day in Dalmekia, I wanted to join them. I wanted it all to end. I couldn't bear it anymore. If living meant being that, better to be just another body.
I'm sorry.
Do you remember that night on the balcony? When we looked up at the moon? I said a prayer to Metia, and that prayer was answered.
That's fair.
You came back to me. The heavens must have a plan for us.
Everybody close your eyes. Never mind, he still doesn't know how to make a move. Oh, you fool!
We should get some rest.
For fuck's sake! You're not teenagers anymore, this isn't okay! What's the matter with you? You're such a proud, powerful woman. I couldn't possibly bear this love. I must go to rest without you. Good night. Boo! with them just sleeping, or with them like staring at each other.
Just like Elwyn did when he was your age.
There's a hole in the roof. You're correct.
How did you come to have some of my father's old clothes?
Oh, that's dope. He looks so cool in that. Yes.
Became Archduke. Our families would often summer together. He and Rodney were like brothers. These clothes have been in a wardrobe for years, collecting cobwebs along with everything else.
Ah, you're back.
I like swords too, Pandy. Thank you so much for the 20 months. Welcome back.
I'm very grateful for them. And sorry for depriving you of your memories.
Not at all.
Did they give? She give me a new sword?
They suit
Right.
you well.
They really do suit him well. He looks fucking good.
Lady Hannah.
Yes, thank you. You've been most kind.
No, I should thank you. It may only have been for a short while, but seeing you again took me back to happier times. Fare you well, my lord and lady.
And you, Lady Hannah.
Hopefully she doesn't get executed for helping a bear. Invictus, Meltian Cross, they did give me a whole bunch of shit. 165. Okay. Foreshadowing at its finest, my friend. At its finest. At its finest. You know damn well that's what's happening here. Let's yeah, the quiet music's all right. YouTube, we're gonna take a quick break, so I'm just gonna pause the recording here. You're not gonna miss any of the action. We'll see you back in a bit. I hit pause twice. YouTube, welcome back. Right, yeah, Jill, calm down. Calm down. Tired of people rushing me. This is part of the reason why I love Final Fantasy X so much. Like, the progress that you're making from point A to point B, or point B to point C, and etc. It's just filled with, like, this music in the background that kind of... It amplifies the atmosphere, you know what I mean? And it really does a good job of, like, giving the gravity of the situation, giving, like, the tenseness of a situation, but it also gives, like, the calmness of a certain situation, right? Like when you're in certain towns, like in Kilika and stuff, it's a relaxing pace. Exactly. Yep, exactly. And that's one thing, like, every Final Fantasy game has, like, a great soundtrack. That's objectively true, right? Like, every Final Fantasy game has a great soundtrack. But something that 10 did really well was exactly that. They were able to pull the pace back and help you calm down. And this soundtrack is doing such a great job of that. Like, for the first time in a long time. Because remember, Final Fantasy X, you think came out like 5 or 10 years ago. It actually came out 20 years ago. So it's been that long for me, personally. Subjective, right? But, like, I feel like they knocked it out of the park with the music so far. It's been amazing. Absolutely amazing. So good. "22 years to be exact." That's fair.
Where are you off to then?
Is it Rose? I believe it.
Or hasn't your master told you? Either way, I expect our humble village and your final destination. Not to say it didn't have its charms. Take that tower. Relic of the Fallen it is. Must have stood there 1,000 years. And in all that time, no one's ever been inside. Mysterious, eh?
Maybe I'll go inside.
Anything take your fancy?
A Gaia Blade. Not as good as what I've got, sir. Thank you, though. Get that shit out of here. Rook's Gambit, we already have that. We don't have this, though. Why are they so expensive, dude? Oh, it was probably Soken. I think Uematsu at that point was, yeah, because I think Uematsu at that point was retired by the time those games came out. By the expansions came out, at least. He was, like, retired. He came out of retirement to make that one Song for 7 remake. Like, I say came out of retirement, but, like, I imagine that was not an easy task to convince him to do that. The man has been making music for this series since the 80s. Or as the kids would say, since the 1900s.
Here you go. Come back soon now.
A simpler time? I don't know about that.
You? Those are Elwyn's. By the flames. You're his firstborn. Clive Rosfield.
Did he get off my lawn?
You're mistaken. Oh, you can't fool me, my lord. You're the very image of your father. And that would be true even if you weren't wearing his clothes. The self-same garments Hannah was keeping for you, if I'm not mistaken. She always swore that she would never part with them until the day Elwyn's sons returned. And now that day has come. Why, you'll be able to take your bearers back as well.
My bearers?
It's probably not a good call, yeah. But that's okay. Right, or kiss.
Forgive me, Master Mayor. I was a child when last I came to Eastpool. I didn't recognize you.
Oh, I'd be surprised if you recognized anything at all. Much has changed since Rosaria fell to the Empire. Not least for the bearers, who once served her noble families. When the Ironbloods sacked Rosalith 13 years back, many who lost their masters fled here in search of sanctuary.
And never returned.
Aye. The plan was to send them home once we'd won back the capital. But then the Imperials arrived. Rosaria became a province of Sanbreque. The duchy was dissolved, and they no longer...
I've been saying that right then, Sanbreque.
...return to. Back in your father's day, any bearer who lost their master became a ward of the duchy. We'd hand them over to the sheriffs, and they'd be assigned a new position. But when we saw how the Empire treated their branded, we knew that wasn't an option. So they've been here ever since.
And now you want to give them to me?
That's insane.
They're yours.
That's insane.
Right, Lord Rosfield. Bequeathed you by your late father. And they'd be better off serving you than hiding here. Indeed, many of them used to serve your house, and still considered the Rosfields their masters.
I'm no one's master. Not anymore. They wouldn't be safe with me.
I understand. You'll forgive an old man his fanciful notions. Been daydreaming for too long.
That makes sense.
But
That's crazy,
still,
though.
I would ask a favor of you. A small mercy.
If it is within my power.
One of the bearers is an elderly fellow who still swears absolute loyalty to Archduke Elwyn. I don't ask that you take him into your service, only that you meet with him. Let him see that Elwyn's son still lives, and that he's as fine a man
Lundy, welcome on in.
as his
Hope you're doing well.
father ever was.
It would be my honor.
Thank you, my lord. He sits by the well most days, watching the people go about their business. If you could show him your face, I would be most
Good. Glad to hear it.
As fine a man as my father.
You're not so very different, you know. Especially dressed like that. Come on, let's go and meet that bearer.
No side quest, right? Okay.
Not sure this army's
He's not here.
Well, I can't leave without meeting him. I've let the mayor down once already. It would be cruel to disappoint him again.
Right, let's ask around. Someone must have seen him.
Good day, milady. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a bearer, an elderly fellow who used to serve the Rosfields. Have you seen him?
Ah, that old loon. No sign of him today. Funny, he's usually down by the well at this hour, cooking up his fantasy feasts.
I'm sorry?
Oh, he worked in the kitchens at Rosalith Castle back in the day. Still thinks he's there now. You'd often hear the poor fool chatting away to the Archduke.
Damn.
Living in a dream he is. But better there than here, I suppose. Can't imagine the Vicereine stopping to trade tales with a bearer.
Vicereine. Got it.
No.
Anyway.
I'm learning so many enunciations that I'm going to forget. It's great.
Doubt he has the path to stray too far.
Thank you. We'll keep looking.
Well now, unfamiliar faces. What brings you to Eastpool, travellers?
We're looking for an elderly bearer. You wouldn't happen to have seen him, would you?
Ah, you mean the old boy who always waits by the well?
Yes, that's him.
What business do you have with him, if you don't mind me asking? You're not
I don't
really
think so, but I guess we'll find out. If his name is actually Rufio, I would lose it.
Well, then it's a pleasure to meet a fellow Rosalithian. I was born and raised on
Rosalithian.
Market Street, and never would have left if Archduke Elwyn had survived the fire. It wasn't the same when the Duchess took over, though. All the beatings, the evictions, the levies going up and up and up, even as the blight took half the harvest. Oh, listen to me, telling you what you already know. I'm sorry. And I'm afraid I can't help you with your bearer either, though I doubt he'll have gone far. He comes here every day, almost as if he's waiting for something.
We'll keep asking around then. Thank you.
She is kind of Tifa with gray hair, isn't she? Very similar look.
Oh, hold on a mo. Patrick the Chocobo Keeper might know where your bearer is. He's taken the old boy under his wing, so to speak. You should go and have a word with him. He'll be in the stables.
Patrick the Chocobo Keeper. Thank you. We will.
I'm sorry, Jill. For making you do all this in my stead.
It can't be helped if we're to keep up the pretense. Come on, let's head for the stables.
Cute little village. Oh, yeah. Cosplay? Pausers?
Bloody hell's he got to?
Excuse me, but is something the matter?
True.
It's this bear.
It's a sick outfit, too.
I take my eyes off him for 1 minute and he disappears. He's not in his usual spot by the well, nor anywhere else in the village.
You must be Patrick.
I am, but...
And this bearer you're looking for, he's an elderly man who used to work in the Rosalith Castle kitchens, yes?
That's the fella. How do you know all this? I've never seen you in Eastpool before. But you
Right,
seem to know the
with
place
all
better
that,
than I
yeah.
do myself.
Can you imagine? Not a good idea. Not an air conditioner in the world that can heal that.
Ah, so that's how it is. Well then, if you're acting under orders of the mayor, you're on about to help me find him. He's been losing what little sense he had left of late, saying the sheriffs are coming to collect him and that he needs to go back to the castle. I was supposed to watch over him, keep him out of trouble. But if he's walked out on us, there's not a lot I can do.
Understood. You keep searching here, we'll look for him outside.
Thank you. I'm in your debt.
Oh dear.
I hope he hasn't wandered into trouble.
Let's just concentrate on finding him.
Let's just hope he hasn't died.
Drink up now.
Still no sign. Could he have strayed even further?
Uh-oh. Looks like we're good now, though. Mm-hmm. I'm glad it's been pretty stable for the most part.
Look. There's someone over there.
It might be him. We should hurry. Company.
Please!
We can't lead them to the old man. They need to die.
Agreed.
That's enough.
Wolves! Yeah. A lot of crappy weather. Yeah. It looks like we haven't lost any frames since that little blip there. Hopefully it stands up. Or holds up, rather. Whoop. Got him. Good job, Torgal. Good boy.
Are you all right, my friend? Come on. Let's go home.
Your Grace, you came for me. I waited for you so long, but you finally came.
I'm not who you think.
Clive.
Pretend, my good bitch.
Yes. Pray forgive my long delay.
It's nothing, Your Grace.
It's a good idea.
I prayed to the Founder that you would come, and at long last, he answered. Will we be returning to the castle, then? There is still a place for me in the kitchens?
No, my friend. We will not be returning to the castle, not yet. I'm on a very important expedition, one which may take some time. Could you wait for me in Eastpool until my journey is complete? I will come back for you then. I promise.
Of course, Your Grace. For you, I would gladly wait until my dying day.
Don't be foreshadowing, Square. Don't be foreshadowing. I don't like this. We've already had a lot of reasons to be sad. Please don't do that. He's just an old man.
Thank you, both of you. You've been most kind. The memory of serving the late Archduke was as one light in the darkness, and now that light burns a little more brightly. It's nothing but a fantasy, of course, but it's better than the truth of the matter. A damn sight better.
That never happens in a Final Fantasy game.
The people are leaving in droves. If it weren't for Lady Hannah selling half her worldly goods to provide for the few of us who stayed behind, we would long since have starved.
I really hope that it comes down to be like, no, Clive, you didn't actually murder everybody. It's fine.
We won't be able to spare a crust of bread to share between them soon enough.
Is it really that bad?
So bad, I even petitioned the Imperial garrison to take them. But when they found out where they'd come from, they damn near spat in our faces. Ducal dogs, they called them. Enemies of the Empire.
Fucked up.
I know a man named Sid, who would gladly give a home to any bearer in need of one. Leave this with me. As soon as I return from Phoenix Gate, I'll speak with him.
Thank you, my lord.
That's a great idea.
Will you be passing through Eastpool on your way back? I should very much like to speak with you again, if you have the time, regarding the future of the village, and what might be done for Lady Hannah. After all she's done for us.
That's fair.
Yes, of course. I'll be back anon.
Anon? Anonymous?
My lord, my lady. I wish you a safe journey.
No, Gary, that's not what anon means. I know. I know. I know. It was a joke. It was a funny haha. Alright. Off to Phoenix Gate. I'll be back anon. No, not anon. Anon.
The Deadlands are aptly named.
Not the nun. No, not a nun. A nun.
No wonder their crops are failing. The blight is leaching the ether from the soil. And when the last drop is drained, their fields will turn to this. No plants, no animals, No life.
And no monsters. I suppose that's one small mercy.
I suppose. Anonymous. What's this over here then? Oh, let me in there. This looks like something.
Another relic of the fallen.
It has a marker on it. I know there's something in this. Let me in. Yeah, I agree. Horrible. It's turned into a bar joke, kind of. Kinda. A little bit. Un poco.
We won't be able to use any magic here.
Another thing to worry about. As if the absence of ether didn't cause enough problems.
Take away the lad's life force, and problems are all that's left.
Interesting. So if we got into a fight here, we'd only be able to use swords.
I can hardly imagine what this place used to look like before the Blight took it.
I remember. It was beautiful.
Dang. Can we go to that tower? That would be fun. Or is that Phoenix Gate?
There it is.
Oh, that's it. That's Phoenix Gate.
Gate. Where it all went wrong.
One thing really quick before it goes on. I just want to point out that, like, I get, like, the self-deprecating, like, I get it, right? I get, like, why he's upset, especially now, right? And I definitely get that he's, like, super focused on Ifrit because Ifrit killed his brother, right? But, like, the Imperial Army killed his dad, beheaded him in front of his brother, and killed all of his friends. Like, is there, like, no animosity towards that? Like, no anger? That's not enough to, like, keep you fueled?
Come on, Clive.
Because none of that would have happened. Take a screenshot of that real quick. There we go. It's hard to know, honestly. It's a few. It's a few. It's like one or 12. Yeah. 1 or 12. Okay. We don't actually know. We think at this point. And we're waiting for, this is why we're actually going back to Phoenix Gate, is to get answers. Paparazzi Fantasy 16, true. Hey, if the screenshot fits. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Good shout. I haven't had to take a lot of screenshots before, so. Alright, I get the feeling for this part I'm going to be sitting down.
Almost as if time had stood still.
Whop.
I suppose no one had any cause to return here. No. It's just as I left it.
They left the ash on the ground? Like, no one's been back here since?
Let's have a look around. Could I have done this.
Could anyone?
Jesus Christ, it's a crater. Uh-oh.
Clive.
That's him.
Uh-oh.
He's the only one who can tell me what happened. I have to know.
Right? Where'd you go?
Where is he?
Nowhere to be seen.
Right? Probably sneaking around and hiding. Little goof.
Damn it. He's like a bloody eel.
Relax.
What's this place anyway? Some sort of shrine.
Oh, sorry. You've never been here before. This is the Hall of the Gate.
The gate.
The Phoenix
It's a
Gate.
relic of the fallen. Only the Phoenix's dominant can open it.
Hence the castle's name. This was where Joshua was supposed to...
Yes. He would have stepped through this door the next morning and listened to the words of our ancestors.
That's a funny symbol. Where have I seen that before?
Would you have gone with him?
No. The apodatory is holy ground. None but the dominant may enter. I and the other shields would have stood guard here and prayed for my brother's safe return. Where the hell did he go?
Perhaps he went inside.
He couldn't have. He'd need the power of the Phoenix.
You were blessed by the Phoenix. That is a thing. Right, brain. Use your brain. It's gonna be okay. Oh, look. Mysteriously, it worked.
Thank you, Joshua.
Are you sure about this?
Nope.
Nevermore.
Oh, okay. Badasses. Look at them.
Another gate. Let's see if this one opens.
Gonna make me immediately backtrack to that place. That's fucked up.
This place really be a fallen ruin.
You could hardly call it a ruin. It's perfect.
Good lord.
Like it was built yesterday.
Oh, surely they've done more than that. But Forza's pretty popular.
Anything like this?
Oh, is it? Those are gonna come back to life. Kind of, yeah. She is good. Hopefully all these folks gather some bigger roles. Whoa.
Jill?
Oh, good, it's an elevator. Oh, weird, is that thing coming back to life? Who could have predicted that?
What do we do?
The usual.
Yeah, they're probably just like, dog. Damn, Jill destroyed the other two. What's up, Sniffles?
More trouble.
The hell is that? That is a lightsaber. That's nice. It's nice to know that the party members are actually doing things while you're not paying attention. Ow. Damn, Jill. And a floating BB.
This must be what the fallen ruins were like before they fell.
Damn, this is cool. Yeah, he's probably fine. He's fine. Excuse me. Treasure chest. Give. Give. Haboop. 5 sharp fangs. There is no map here, by the way. So we're just kind of running blind. You know, I mentioned the same thing. That I keep thinking it should be on circle. There you go. So there is an option to change the circle.
Looks like it can take a beating.
Then let's give it.
Need to learn this thing's attack patterns. Okay.
Not this time.
Yeah, that's the type B one. This one here. So it's like circle becomes evade. And then well, the iconic feat changes to L2. Because they moved magic and melee attack to the shoulder. But actually that's pretty good. But that one might work better for you then, Bakutaku. This one actually, that one actually looks pretty good. I might play with that offline. I'm used to what I've got now, but oh shit, that was fast. Okay.
Too slow.
Get out. Okay. There is a taunt button, yes. Oh shit, I hit the wrong button again.
Better already.
The she heal me? Man, that is such a fast attack. And then that one's super slow. That was a good reaction. That attack is really good, that Rook's Gambit. The one that lets you counterattack like that. That's super cool. Nice.
Does any of this make sense to you?
None. Let's find the hooded man and leave.
Are you still confident that he was here? Because I'm sure not. Oh, that was for gouge. Increases gouge damage by 15%. That's pretty good. Hopefully this is a high potion. It was not. Hopefully that's a high potion. It was. Hoggy woggy. Oh, a couple of little guys. Oh, they're bombs!
Whatever they are, I don't think they're friendly.
Stop! Stop! Uh-oh! She killed it in time. Damn. That thing was about to blow up. Jill just saved our lives. Yeesh. Okay, so that's where we're meant to go. This is just sealed off then? Yeah, okay. The Warden of Fire, last seen on the night of the Imperial invasion of Phoenix Gate in the year 860, when the young Joshua Rossfield lost control of his powers. The Phoenix first awakened among the Motes of Fire, an ancient tribe who dwelled in the western reaches of Storm. And the careful preservation of bloodlines among the Rosarian nobility ensured that its dominant would always be born in a ducal line. Strange clockwork constructs often encountered in fallen ruins. The question of whether or not they are truly alive is open to debate, as they do not appear to require water, nor do they feed on the flesh of their victims as beasts do, and seemingly exist solely to protect their habitat from intruders. All echoes are encased in protective plating that is made from the same material as the ruins, and thus cannot be destroyed, though repeated blows will cause individual plates to dislodge, eventually causing the entire construct to collapse on itself. So incest, possibly. Yes. Yes, possibly. Phoenix Gate. The remains of the fortress destroyed in the year 860 on what came to be known as the Night of Flames, the castle's invasion of by Sambrequa assassins, and the battle between the two icons of fire that arose in its wake. Ancient ruins lie beneath and are reached by means of an underground pathway. Prior to Rosaria becoming an imperial province, the gate was of great importance to the people of the duchy, being the site of the rite of ancestral communion. Interesting. There's so much information in this game if you want it, and I love that.
Would Joshua have had to run this gauntlet too?
At least not that I ever heard about. I imagine the Phoenix would receive a warmer welcome.
Uh-oh. We're going up? We're going up!
Go again. Where will we end up this time?
Surrounded by contraptions hell-bent on murdering us, I expect.
Could the hooded man really have taken this path?
We won't know until we've followed it all the way to the end. Come on, let's keep looking.
Oh, damn. So she's been in, like, all of those games then. Well, that's why it's listed under that then. That's crazy. That's awesome. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Hi. Listen.
Wake wins.
I want the game to tell me why they think that was fair. Damn.
Not this time.
I'm starting to get it. That counterattack is so good. You just never noticed. That's okay. Sometimes voice actors do a really good job at like hiding what they were in previously so they don't get like immediately noticed like that. Yikers. More lightsabers. Jill, I'm trusting you to handle the other ones.
Thank you, Jill.
There we go. Woo! Jesus Christ. Good Lord, there's like no break.
Look out! Oh, there's more of them.
Oh my God, and they're bombs again. No kick at parts for you, thanks. Nice. Yeesh. Will of the Wind. I'm assuming that increases the damage of, yeah. That's not necessary. I just need to have it available more often. All right, this looks like the last bit. All right, here's where the depression kicks in. Who's ready? Who's ready to cry? Thanks, Larry. Yeah, appreciate that. Well,
I don't like this.
I wouldn't either. Oh no. It's an Iron Giant.
Seems the feeling's mutual.
Not enough of it, it seems. Oh shit, I went right into that. Solid stagger bar there. Oh shit, okay.
It's drawing in energy.
Not for long, it isn't. With me.
It's down. This is our chance.
Ow. I'm trying to dodge around it, please, Jill. Ow. Sheesh. Iron Giant dismantled. Nice. Only 50 experience for that. That's crazy. Wow. I mean, thanks, I guess.
It's done.
What are these creatures? And why do they keep attacking us?
Right. That thing was faster than I thought it would be.
They're probably asking themselves the same thing. We're the ones trespassing here. They're just protecting their home. Jill, look.
That looks like a place where a ritual would happen.
Is that some kind of mural?
It's worth a closer look, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
All right, then.
Huh. It's gonna be like that. Got it. Doesn't seem fine, though. Does it really? I should guess. Damn. Come on, what is it? One hit away? Jeez.
Over here.
Too early.
What the hell was that thing? It wasn't like the others.
It would seem this place holds even more secrets than we thought.
Especially considering there are 2 ways to go. Oh, left or right? I guess we'll go left. You ever have immediate regret before?
Stay down.
Thanks, Joe. So I assume we had to go both ways, because it looks like this is just something to power up.
What have we here?
Another fallen wonder.
Yeah. Yep. Well, good news. We had to go both ways anyway, so. Here we go. Nice.
Stay down.
Damn. Jill does an absurd amount of damage when she hits things. Like, damn. We like Jill.
Lights.
Well, that did something.
Thank you, Jill. Groundbreaking analysis. Wait, camera, what? Oh. Sorry, the camera's been freezing so much that when you said camera, I was like, is it frozen? It doesn't look frozen on my end. My bad. That was a good joke. I missed it. Whoosh. Sorry. No, you're fine. That was good. Oh, fuck.
So, it isn't a dead end after all.
Ever the optimist.
Apparently not.
Ever the realist. Alrighty. Uh-oh.
It all seems to lead to this room.
And look what's in it.
Is that blight?
How old do you suppose this is? 1,000 years?
Or is that just cracked and broken?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like it before.
Who is that in the middle, do you think? Some sort of god.
It does a little, doesn't it? Hey, that happened to you the night of the attack, too. Oh, good. Everything froze.
You're him.
That's right, God.
Fire. Who are you?
Okay, label me confused. What the fuck?
What?
Are we having a vision? Are we... Oh, no.
I'm back.
it! Please! Stop!
I did this. I killed him.
Joshua chose me to be his shield. He gave me his blessing and asked me to keep him safe. I should have protected him that day. It was my duty.
Clive.
Joshua.
I'm sorry. I failed you.
It's so good, Crash. It's so good.
Joshua died. I killed him.
And I blamed another for what I did. To spare myself the guilt. I feared that by accepting it, I would lose what little was left of me. So I ran. From everything.
And now? Are you ready to accept the truth?
I am. I know it won't be easy, but it's what I must do. So that Joshua's soul can finally rest in peace.
Right. He seems so like... I mean, I'm glad he's coming to terms with his trauma. Like, so, grain of salt. Does this give him, like, Ifrit powers now? Oh no, I have to fight Ifrit. Gotta earn that bitch first, huh?
But to help get to the truth that awaits me, I will press on.
That.
Come, Ifrit. Show me who you truly are.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I see what you're doing. I can't get out of this. Damn. Right. I wish I could just target his head. There we go.
Not this time.
Damn. That was a fun fight too. Sorry, y'all. I was like... Not over. We got an Ifrit versus Ifrit first. That I was not expecting. Shadow Link!
Still you deny it. Even when the truth's staring right at you. Come on, Clive. Face your fears.
Jesus. Ow. I am hitting the dodge button, my dudes. Ooh, I wish I would know what you're talking about. One day I'll watch Star Wars. I better get these attacks, by the way. Just saying. He went demon form.
I see. You'd help me learn by example.
Holy shit. What the fuck? I'm dodging. What the fuck was that? Notably that when he uses Fyra, he hits twice. Okay. I wish I had that reaction time, seeing as this is me. Unbelievable.
Too slow. Not this time.
Yeesh. Hey, it's time for you to go Super Saiyan now.
No escape, eh? It's all right. I'm done running from you. Together, then. It's time to find out who we are, once and for all.
What the fuck is that? Accept the truth. Oh my god, I actually do get it. Alright then.
Show yourself, Ifrit.
And you actually do get those attacks. Look at my health. Dude.
Truth of it now. You are not afraid. I am.
Damn. Oh my gosh. Damn. What a fight. Wow. 450 experience, 180 ability points, and 3,200 gil. Damn. Fire shard, so we're gonna get a fire sword. Damn. Let's go. We'll talk about the fact that that's just a devil trigger in a second. Yeah, for what it's worth, it feels like it works. Acceptance.
Clive, are you all right?
Jill. It's nothing. I'll be fine. No more chasing shadows. The hooded man isn't here. We should go.
Yeah, that's what's got me, right? Like, obviously the one that they saw outside of the Garuda fight was Joshua, right? We can probably rest easy on that. But, like, something's not right.
Clive, are you sure you're all right? Whatever it is, you can tell me.
I had a hard enough time telling myself. I awakened as a dominant of fire, right here in this castle, and I've been running from it ever since. But now I know for certain.
second icon of fire, who killed my brother and burned this castle to the ground, was me. Ifrit.
Clive.
I took so many lives that night, and destroyed so many more, including yours.
Is this the time to bring up that it's not his fault that they got attacked?
And I must atone for the crimes I've committed. But not before I learn the whole truth. How can a second icon of fire even exist? And why was I chosen as its dominant? Who is the hooded man who brought us here? And what does he want? I need to know. And since I'm still breathing, I might as well make myself useful.
Sid told him that.
We'll find your answers together. I want to learn the truth too. There'll be time enough for atonement when we're done.
I was hoping you'd say that. I don't think I could do this without you. You never were one to hide from the truth, even when we were young. And you haven't changed a bit.
You're wrong. I have changed. But I don't want to be that person anymore. The things she did were unforgivable.
I hope they, like, navigate down those story arcs a little bit more.
They're what brought us back together.
Thank you, Jill.
Can you at least hug? Like...
If he is here, then the disturbance I felt at the care must have been confounded. The hour is later than I thought.
Joshua, can you not just go give your brother a little bit of peace? Like, just a little bit of peace? Like, no? This is Castle Dazbog, a castle built within the dome-like mountain that contains Drake's Fang. It is the primary residence of, oh, it's Hugo Kupka, dominant of the Titan, and is lavishly appointed to suit his extravagant taste. They're gonna have to redecorate.
Tell me, who did this, or I'll see you suffer the same fate.
The man who delivered the coffin said, he said Sid paid him.
I let you run amok with the rest of your rats, and this is how you repay me? Find out where he is. I'll crush him, flay him, rip out his heart, him and all his filthy brood.
Oh boy. I'm guessing that's Benedicta in the box.
Yes, yes, my lord.
Poor bud. You know she was sleeping with another guy, right? Man. I feel bad for him too. The meaning of life. Well, I'm glad we're going to figure that out today. Ifrit Awoken. Clive has gained control of the icon Ifrit, allowing access to new iconic abilities such as Ignition, a fiery lunge that drives back enemies while dealing continuous damage, as well as unlocking the Limit Break gauge. Slots for Ifrit's abilities are shared with those for the Phoenix and can be confirmed on the Abilities tab. A Limit Break, yeah. Release Clive's inner beast and semi-prime into Ifrit by pressing L3 and R3 when his gauge is full. Gauge fills in battle both by taking damage as well as successfully performing offensive and defensive maneuvers. Semi-priming temporarily grants increased attack potency and speed, gradual HP regeneration, and guard-breaking strikes.
So, what next?
Well, next I check what my new abilities are, friend. Ifrit channeled. Pog. Aha. I get it. So this middle one was Ifrit all along. Aha! What happens if I upgrade the Limit Break? Adds a second Limit Break gauge and then a third Limit Break gauge. Nice. That checks out then, yeah. Attack while charging, inflicting multiple hits and forcing the enemy back. Summon a storm of fireballs that circle around Clive, damaging nearby targets while also absorbing damage. They had this kind of ability in Ninja Gaiden, and I never used it then either, so I'm not going to use it now. But we will add another Limit Break gauge, and we will get the Ignition ability without too much issue there. And then we may as well equip that. So it's going to be on the same slot as the Phoenix, huh? Yeah, okay. So that means I would have to get rid of an attack. I'm going to get rid of Rising Flames for Ignition. Feels pretty good. Because it can be used in midair as well.
He's Poole.
Let's do it.
I promised the mayor I'd talk to him again. About Lady Hannah amongst other things. Though she may be loath to leave, I can't help thinking she'd be safer with Sid too.
All right. We should arrange an introduction then.
Yeah, and we should go over to that that little side section and see if we can open that now, because I'm not leaving without trying. Yep, this way. Uh-oh.
Torgal, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
This way. That's a good shout, Lemmy. I didn't even think of that. Legolas has taught me better than that. Damn it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You can see it through the gate. Oh my God.
What happened here?
Oh my God. No.
Imperials. You'll pay for this.
We've got a live one.
What are you doing?
Answer me.
Damn, Jill. That ability is so good.
No survivors.
Who would order such a thing?
This has your fucking mother's name all over it, old Clive. Right? No kidding. Can you imagine? Big win. Let's go.
It's over.
Ooh.
You could escape us, did you, Brad?
Dynamoiter.
Slave, and you'll die one.
Kill all the ducal dogs!
Ducal dogs? We're innocent people!
Hey, now they're gonna be mad at the Empire again. Excellent. Right where the anger should have been all along.
That's enough.
You know what? It's so good. Oh god, hey, turn around, Clive. Clive, turn around. Clive, what are you doing? Alright. Don't worry about it, I got this. Jesus Christ. Oh no.
All must burn. The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annabella's command.
I knew it!
My mother ordered this.
Clive.
I know. You can wait. Not this time.
Oops. That counterattack is so good, dude. Oh no. Oh my god.
You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
We're too late. Gav. Clive.
Dude. Dude.
Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew Eastpool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
She's a bitch.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it.
Gav.
We want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
Damn. Man, dude. That's fucked up.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest. Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
All right. I'm looking forward to fighting him. All right. All right, bet. Bet. No, I'm looking forward to fighting him. That's going to be great. Ooh. 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 And the next chapter is going to be righting wrongs.
We have a lot to discuss.
We do have a lot to discuss in the next episode, because that's what we're going to call it for tonight, folks. I appreciate everybody being here. Hope you all enjoyed the playthrough today. It feels like every time we stop, it's just the perfect cliffhanger, right? This is just like, it's the perfect, because it bottoms out and it leaves you just with a lot to process. YouTube, if you stuck around this long, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. If you are, make sure you leave likes on all the videos, comment, and subscribe. It helps a whole lot for the channel. I appreciate y'all. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, YouTube. Bye.